Wait, should I say my name or?
No.
Parents can educate their children. There's like public school, there's private school. That goes from high. You have like lower education. So you have like Montessori school up through grade school.
I think parents have the option to educate their children through public schools, Catholic schools, charter schools, a couple private options, but public is usually the most popular. And of course, homeschooling.
Parents have a lot of options to educate their children. They can either have their child go to like public school in the area, pay for them to go to a private school, homeschool them. And when you send them to a public school, you have the option of sending them to a charter school or anything like that.
I actually don't know what a magnet school is. I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it's different.
I don't know what a magnet school is.
A magnet school is like a specialized school for either like science or like performing arts that students can apply or like test into.
So a magnet school is kind of a form of public education. It's pretty much a public school that's just like specializes in certain areas.
In my district, I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, and basically there's a magnet program, and there's a magnet program in one of the middle schools. I didn't go to that one, but there's another one in the middle schools. And two of the high schools have magnet programs, and the high school not one of the ones that I went to, but two of the other ones in the districts.
3 of my cousins actually went to a magnet school, and we had a magnet school within my high school. So I had friends that went there.
I do think it's kind of unfair that magnet schools are offered in some areas compared to others, but I mean that's just across the board where some schools are better than other schools in different areas. I mean it's just where they're at.
I have a lot of issues with magnet schools. I don't think they're very fair in the sense that since they're public and state funded, I don't like the fact that some kids are allowed access and others aren't. So I don't think there should be magnet schools. I think all public schools, they should work on improving our public schools that everyone has access to and take away magnet schools.
It can seem unfair to certain individuals who might be, more deserving of receiving an education, but are left to other means to find that education. As well as there's a huge debate in the kind of garnered diversity that some of the schools require, making certain quotas for racial or ethnic backgrounds, grounds for debate about whether students are deserving or not to get into the school.
Some of the issues that I saw were that basically for the magnet program, at least when I was going into it, they took a very select few amount of people, so not a lot of kids necessarily got the opportunity to go to it. Also, the problem that I could see is that a kid, if you're in middle school and high school, you really don't know what you want to do. Like, for instance, I thought I wanted to do healthcare up until my senior year of high school, and then I decided that I wanted to do engineering. So if I'd gone to a healthcare magnet program and I realized that, senior year in high school, it would have not been as well, because at least the public school I went to, it was a lot more broader learning aspect, so it didn't really affect me too much when I went to college.
If they run on a voucher system, it can be kind of unfair to students who can meet the criteria, but they just don't have spots available. I think it might just give an unfair advantage. I think I would rather send my child to a public school just because I was raised in a public school, and I think public education is good for everyone.
Yeah, depending on how good the public school or magnet school that was in my area, I'd do that. If they didn't have a good reputation, I'd choose a private school.
I'd prefer a private school.
My child already knows what they want to do, and they're very confident in that area. If they really want to go into healthcare, I could send them to healthcare magnet school. If they really like math and science, I would send them to that. But also, ultimately, if it's just a lot farther out of the way, and the public school I know it's a good public school that they can go to that's more local, I would send them to the public school.
I'd rather send my child to a private, probably Christian or Catholic school, because that's all I've ever known growing up. But if not, I'd probably send them to the best public school I can get into for zoning reasons.
Not many people really know what a magnet school is unless their public school has some sort of magnet program or their major is some sort of education major, because a lot of people just really haven't heard of magnet schools before, so I was having to explain to them what the idea and concept behind it was. A lot of people saw it as a better public education. Even though they're both publicly funded, they would rather see their child or see more students at magnet schools because they're getting like individualized and specialized education. But I thought Patrick had a really good point. He didn't know what he wanted to do, so that was the reason why he would go to a public school over a magnet school.